So Green Attic Insulation is a Chicago-based company, and we focus on really everything insulation. So from attics to basements, we do spray foam, we do exterior walls, dense packing, but really we even go further than that. We do a ton of mold remediation. There's a lot of mold that's in attics, and we do all different types of materials.
Okay, so as a homeowner, you buy the home, it gets inspected, you kind of think, okay, I'm good. But people really should be more concerned about their insulation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I see home inspectors breeze over this all the time. So having proper insulation is critical just to not hemorrhage money out of your roof. So most people are spending 20 to 30% more than they have to on heating and conditioning costs without proper attic insulation in particular. And attic insulation is by far like the most impactful thing you can do from an insulation standpoint. And
I would imagine in the Midwest, the Chicago area, it's a huge deal because we have the extreme seasons.
We do, yeah. So it's definitely not seasonal work. Yeah. So in the summertime, we're able to keep the upper level of the house or the house in general cooler by insulating it well. And in the wintertime, we retain more heat and we make more consistent, even temperatures throughout the house. It's really, really effective.
Okay, so talk about some of the different services that you all offer.
I mean, my background technically is spray foam insulation, but that's not the only thing that we do. Probably 20% of the work we do is spray foam. Okay. The rest is really focusing on everything that has to do with an attic space. So removing existing insulation when you have pest infestations that need to get removed and disinfected. It's really anything that has to go with an attic is with us.
And so when that happens, do they have to go in, take it out? Do they clean the insulation already had it, or you just respray?
No, we take it out.
You do?
Yeah, it's hard to reuse that. So we'll remove it and then we disinfect, and then the opportunity is there to really insulate it extremely well, and it's something that we do on a daily basis, even when it's hot like this.
Yeah, even in the suburban communities especially, people don't realize there's little guys out there, critters, and they get into very small holes.
Yes, and certain insulation materials are actually deterrents to pests and insects. So we get called in a lot after somebody hears a little scratching on the drywall, and it's something that we get to do, and it's a really nice thing to be able to offer to somebody.
And now, what time of year are people looking more into insulation? Because in my head, it would be winter because you'll feel the draftiness a little bit more. But is it really all year round?
Yeah, it's most people complain about the upper level of a two-story house being warmer in the summertime. That most of that has to do with poor attic insulation. So ventilation, installing attic fans, getting ventilation moving into the attic, and then actually insulating well, you create a division between you and that 150-degree attic.
Well, and then subsequently talk about like the basement and why you got to have insulation too.
Yeah, so everybody knows that their basement is colder in the winter. It doesn't have to be that extreme. So usually we're using spray foam in basements, but we can use all different types of materials. It's really critical to managing the temperature in a house.
Is this the time of year too where you see mold is more prevalent?
Typically mold happens, we'll find it in the summertime, but in the wintertime is really when condensation is forming. So all the heat loss from your house is condensing on the underside of the roof, and that moisture will have mold grow. But really the time to do this work is when you realize that you don't have to spend more money on heating and conditioning costs. So if somebody was watching this and they realize that maybe their bills are a little bit higher, it's insult to injury to pay more money and be uncomfortable.
Yes, you got to spend a little to save a little.
Yes.
Okay.
And be more comfortable.
And be more comfortable, right. And talk about Green Attic. Why are you guys different?
It's really the people. We do great. Like, this work is intense, working inside of attic spaces, but the people that work at Green Attic will go into these spaces, it's 140 degrees, and we'll come out with a smile. We do it because we have families and we work for our families, but there's very few companies in Chicagoland that actually focus on what's called retrofitting like an existing house. We do that very, very well. So what's different about us is our kind of professional approach to doing attics, but also just doing it with a smile and customer service as a focus.
I know a year ago we had a lot of houses that got damaged from storms, and then they had new roofs put on, and that process takes a long time. How long does it take to get you guys out to then fix the insulation?
It's pretty quick. I mean, usually no more than 2 weeks we'll be there doing the work. During the summertime, it's actually a little bit quicker because it's a little bit slower for us, but definitely if somebody's interested in getting this work done, call before November 15th when everybody else realizes that the winter is around the corner.
All right, grab those phones and scan the QR code on your screen for more information about Green Attic. You can also call the number on your screen or visit greenattic.com. You can claim up to $900 in rebates from your local gas company. So call to receive a free estimate today.